Now we're going to import the data, take a little look at what is included, and format it a little bit so that it is ready for analysis. This first part right here is about downloading the data, which we already did, so you can ignore that. And then we're going to go down to this chunk and read in the data. There's 3 ways to read the R code. You can hit run up here. There's the little play button on the chunk, or you can hit Control Enter. And notice this is how this file downloaded and saved in my R project folder. Sometimes computers put underlines between all of the words when you download a file. So if yours isn't saved exactly like this and you're getting an error, that could be why. Make sure that what is typed right there matches what is actually saved in your R file. This Excel document had column names, so that is true. And then the NAs were just nothing. There were no spaces. They were just blank. And you can look and see what the NAs are by opening the Excel document and seeing what missing data is coded as. And we just tell R that that's what the missing data was. Okay, once you run that code, your data becomes an object. It's now in R, and you can see it up here in your environment. So to look at what is in there, one of the ways you can do that is by running the structure of the data. And it gives you a list of all of the variables that are in the data and the type of variable that it's saved as, and then it gives you a few examples. So all of these are questions 1 through 5. They're numeric, so that's good. And then we have our group variables or factor variables, and they're in here right now as character variables. It's just a text variable right now. So you can go ahead and pull up the questionnaire right now. Now is a good time to compare the questionnaire with this data to kind of see what's going on here and what all of these things mean. The character variables need to be coded as factors to be able to do some of the statistics that we want to do with them. So to change them from the character variables that they currently are to factors, we're going to use this code right here. You tag the data set. The little $sign then allows you to tag a variable in the data set. So this is data gender. We're saving over data gender and we're turning it into a factor, and we're using data gender. So we'll go ahead and run that. And then when you go back up here and you rerun this by pressing play again, you'll see that gender is now a factor with 2 levels, female and male. Female is 1 and male is 2. Okay, so now we're going to do that with alcohol, internet usage, left, right-handed, and education. So I'm just going to copy and paste this exact same code. This is oftentimes what I do. I'll copy and paste code from all other documents as I'm creating a new analysis. Okay, now I'm going to replace the variable names of gender with the variable names that we also want to change. So we want to change alcohol. As you can see, as I start to type the name of the variable, it brings up the variables that are in the data set that's right there. And then I can just hit enter to do a quick enter of the variable. Okay, so if we run all of this, And then go back up here and run the structure again. Then they're all factors now. Okay, so there's actually one other hidden factor in here that I don't mention. It's a little bonus for watching the video, and that's only child. It has two groups here, only child or with siblings. So it's not really a numeric variable, it's a group variable, and that should be a factor as well, but it's stored as a number right now. So we could just do as factor and turn it into a factor, but there won't be labels associated with those numbers like there are up here, how this says female and male associated with the numbers. So in order to get those labels in here, what we're going to do is we'll save it as the only child, and then we're going to do factor. We'll put in the variable that we are working with, which is only child. And then we're going to do the levels first, which are 1 and 2. And then we're going to tell it what we want the labels for those levels to be. And 1 will be with siblings. And since this is text, it goes in quotation marks. And then 2 is going to be only child. Okay. And it's mad because there's a period here and not a comma. There we go. We'll run that. And then again, if you run the structure one last time, you can see that only child is now a factor as well, with 2 levels with siblings and only child.